Okay, so this is your Unit 8 review. Number 1, a rectangular garden will be constructed for the students at a middle school. The garden will be filled to the top of the garden with dirt. So we're going to have to find the volume. So the volume formula is V is equal to big B times H. So we're going to define big B. Big B is going to be just base times height because the base is a rectangle. So the base of the rectangle is 7 and the height is 8.5. So 7 times 8.5 is 59.5. So now since we know big B, we're going to plug that in. So we're going to do V is equal to 59.5 times the height of the prism, which is 2.5. So 59.5 times 2.5 is 148.75. And that's the volume of the garden. But that's not my answer, because my answer is asking us to figure out how much dirt we need to get, or how many bags of dirt we need to get to completely fill the garden. Well, each bag is 66.3 cubic feet of dirt. So we're going to take 148.75 and divide it by 6.3. When you do that, you get 23.6. But now, like when you go to a store like Walmart, you can't buy 0.6 of something. You have to buy the entire thing. So I'm going to round it up to the nearest bag. So it'd be 24 bags of dirt. All right, number 2. A box in the shape of a triangular prism has a height of 18.75 cubic feet of space. The base of the box has a length of 1.5 feet and a width of 2. What's the height of the box? So we're going to find the volume of a triangular prism, or we're actually going to find the height of the triangular prism when we're given the volume. So the volume form is still V is equal to big B times H. Then in this case, big B is going to be base times height divided by 2 because it's a triangular prism. That means the base is a triangle. And the base of the triangle is 1.5, and the height of the triangle, I'll say, is 2. Okay? And then we're going to divide by 2. So that means that these 2's can cancel out, so it means that my big B is just 1.5. So then our volume is 18.75, which is equal to 1.5 times the height, which I don't know. So we're going to divide 1.5 to both sides. So this cancels out. 18.75 divided by 1.5 is actually 12.5. So the height of this triangular prism is 12.5. All right, number 3. A rectangular tissue box is filled with 33.6 cubic meters of paper. If the tissue box is 7 meters long and 1.5 meters wide, what's the depth of the tissue box? So same idea. So the volume formula is V is equal to big B times H. This case, big B is going to be base times height because it's a rectangle. So the base of the rectangle is 7 and the height of the rectangle is 1.5. So 7 times 1.5 is 10.5. So the volume is 33.6. Big B is 10.5. Sorry guys, that B looks super weird. Let me fix that. And then I don't know the height. So what we have to do is divide 10.5 to both sides. 33.6 divided by 10.5 is 3.2. And so the height of the rectangular prism is 3.2. All right, number 4. The dimensions of the crate shown below is in the shape of a triangular prism. What's the volume of the crate? So the volume formula for a triangular prism is V is equal to big B times H. Again, big B is going to be base times height divided by 2, because the name even tells me the base is a triangle. So the base of the triangle is 2.5. The height of the triangle is 3.4. And we have to divide by 2. So 2.5 times 3.4 is 8.5. We have to divide that by 2, which is 4.25. So then the volume formula, we just plug in our big B, which is 4.25, and the height is 5.5. So 4.25 times 5.5 is 23.38, and I rounded it up. All right, number 5. One of the largest pyramids in the world that is in the shape of a pyramid is the Giza's Great Pyramid. Each side of the base of the Giza's Great Pyramid is 55.3 meters long, and its height is 55.3 meters. A replica of the Giza's Great Pyramid has a square base that measures 1.5 on each side, and the height of the replica is 1.5. What is the volume of cubic inches of the replica of the Giza's Great Pyramid? Basically, what this just asked me to do is find the volume of the replica. meaning that this entire information up here, we don't need at all. The only thing we need is down here. So the base is a square, so it means it's going to be a 1.5 by 1.5. So the volume formula for a rectangular pyramid is V is equal to big B times H divided by 3 because it's a pyramid. And then big B is just going to be base times height because the base is a rectangle. So the base is 1.5 times 1.5. So 1.5 times 1.5 is 2.25. And you plug that in. So big B is 2.25, and the height of the pyramid is 1.5 as well. And then you divide by 3. So 2.25 times 1.5 is 3.375. And you got to make sure that's not your answer. We're not done yet. Good. I was just making sure. So that's 3.375, and we got to divide that by 3. So we divide that by 3 is 1 point, let me write this over here, 1.125. That's your volume. All right, number 6. The lateral faces of a sculpture in the shape of a rectangular pyramid are going to be covered with paint. Okay, the lateral faces are going to be covered with paint. The base of the sculpture is 6 feet long by 9 feet wide. The net of the sculpture is shown below. What's the area of the sculpture in square feet that needs to be covered with paint? So the only thing I want is the thing that's going to be covered with paint. So that means the lateral faces. So that means that all of this is going to be covered with paint. So the rectangle will not be. So only the triangles. So all we have to do is find the area of the triangles. So I'm going to find the area of this triangle first. So that area formula is A is equal to base times height divided by 2. The base is 9, and the height's 5.2, and you gotta divide by 2. 9 times 5.2 is 46.8, and you divide that by 2, which is 23.4. So this is 23.4. Then we have to find the area of the second triangle. So the same formula, base times height divided by 2. The base of this triangle will have a base of 5, because imagine wrapping this around, this length and this length will be the same thing. So it means base will be 5, and the height will still be 5.2, and we divide by 2. 5 times 5.2 is exactly 26, and we divide by 2 is 13. So it means that this is 13, and so it means that this is 23.4, and that means that this one's 13 as well. So now all we have to do is add them. I'm going to erase over here. You should already have this written down. So all we have to do is add them. So we're going to do 13 plus 13, which I already know is 26. So then you're going to do 23.4 plus 23.4, which is 46.8. And then you're going to do 46.8 plus 26. Make sure to line up your decimals, which would be 72.8. And that's your final answer, which is 72.8. I'm going to erase some of this because it's getting in my way. So the area that's going to be painted is going to be 72.8. Okay. Number 7. The net below shows the dimensions of Angie's bedroom. She's going to paint the bedroom walls. What's the difference in square yards between the total and lateral surface area of the rooms? Now, this is actually my favorite problems. This is my favorite problem because a lot of times what happens is everyone will find the area of the rectangles and then find the area of the floor and ceilings and subtract them. Well, the only difference between total and lateral surface area, and I've been saying this every time I teach y'all this, is y'all know the difference between total and lateral are the bases. So it means if I take the total surface area and the lateral surface area and subtract them, the only thing left will be the bases, which in this case is floor and ceiling. So it means all I have to do is find the area of the floor, which is also the area of the ceiling. So I just had to do 7 times 2.6, which is 18.2. And that means that this one's 18.2. So I'm going to do 18.2 plus 18.2, which is 36.4. And that is the difference between total and lateral surface area. Because remember, the only difference between total and lateral surface area is the bases. A Toblerone candy bar made of cardboard is in the shape of a triangular prism. The prism bases are isosceles triangles. The Toblerone candy bar has a decorative paper wrapper covering only its rectangular sides, and a net of the Toblerone candy bar is shown below. How much decorative paper and cardboard are needed to the nearest hundredth of a square inch for the candy bar? So this one's kind of intense because there's a lot going on. There's decorative paper and then there's cardboard. So the decorative paper, it says here, only covers this rectangular side. And then and the rest is cardboard. So the entire candy bar will be covered by cardboard, but the decorative paper only wraps the rectangles. So we're going to still find the area of everything. Okay, so I'm going to find the area of this rectangle first. So that means I'm going to do 3.5 times 7. So 3.5 times 7 is 24.5. So then I'm going to do the next one. I'm going to do 7 times 1.5, which is 10.5. And this one's the same one, so this would be 10.5 as well. Now I'm going to find the area of the triangles. So the area formula for a rectangle, area formula for a triangle is base times height. Man, my H is starting to look like B's. Is base times height divided by 2. So the base of the triangle is 3.5 and the height is 2. And we have to divide by 2. So these 2's cancel out, meaning that it's just 3.5. So it means that this area is 3.5 and then this area is 3.5. So now we're going to find the area.
Hunley and Joseph Marshall. Mackenzie Hunley and Joseph Marshall. You're being signed out.
So now we're going to find the area of the decorative paper. So the decorative paper is the rectangles. So it's the lateral faces. So we're going to do 24.5 plus 10.5 plus 10.5. You add them all together. That'd be 15, 5, be 45.5. Now that's your decorative paper. Decorative. Okay. So now we have to find the amount of cardboard. Cardboard will be everything. So I just have to add the additional bases, which would be 3.5 plus 3.5, which comes out to 52.5. And that's our cardboard, or in our case, total surface area. All right, 2 more. The net of a square pyramid is shown in the diagram below. Find the total surface area. So I'm going to find the base first because it's a square pyramid. So it means it's a 10 by 10. So it means that this area is 100. So now all I had to do is find the area of the 4 triangles. Area formula for triangle is base times height divided by 2. The base of the triangle is 10 and the height of the triangle is 9, and we divide by 2. 10 times 9 is 90, divided by 2 is 45. So it means that this guy's 45, this one's 45, this one's 45, and this one's 45. So I'm going to do 45 times 4 to find my lateral surface area. So that's 180. Well, that's my lateral surface area, so I also have to add my area of the base, which is 100, which will be 280. All right, number 10, last one. A pyramid stands 3 feet tall and its sides of the square base measures 3 feet long. What's the volume of the pyramid? So the volume formula is V is equal to big B times H divided by 3. Big B is base times height. The base of the rectangle is 3 and the height of the rectangle is 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. So the volume formula would be 9 times the height of the pyramid, which is 3, divided by 3. Well, these 3's can cancel out. So my volume of the pyramid is just 9. Okay, guys, that is your Unit 8 review. Thank you.